So why does the gendered discourse around nuclear weapons matter? It matters because having this association between masculinity and strength and nuclear weapons makes it harder to talk about disarmament. It makes it seem like a effeminate, utopian, idealistic goal that isn't possibly achievable in the real world where we have to be practical. At the Nuclear Weapon Ban Treaty Conference in March, Nikki Haley, who's the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, did a little protest press conference type thing outside the conference room, and she started out by saying, "I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter." And as a wife, as a daughter, as a mom, she said that she wanted to abolish nuclear weapons. But we have to be realistic, she said. And then she went on to talk about how nuclear weapons are necessary to protect her family and her people. And she associated wanting to get rid of nuclear weapons with being a woman, but then she associated needing to keep nuclear weapons with being the protector, which is generally considered the masculine role. Carol Cohn was this really cool feminist scholar who, back in the 1980s, was doing some work with nuclear strategists in the United States, and she was exposed to the way that they talked about nuclear weapons and the way that they would plan out nuclear wars, and they would have models that would result in millions and millions of people being killed. And she was telling one story about a man who told her that he expressed concern once with how they were talking about human beings, and he became really embarrassed because apparently they all just looked at him and fell silent, and he felt really awkward, and he told Carol that he felt like a woman and that he would never say anything like that again. And so there's this abstraction around how nuclear weapons kill people that is put down as emotional or effeminate and irrational, that we shouldn't be talking about these things. And this is really, really patriarchal because it's a way to dismiss concerns about these weapons as weapons of genocide, weapons of suicide, that they're designed to kill civilians by the thousands, by the hundreds of thousands, by the millions, to wipe out entire civilizations and city centers. And the way that these people in the 80s were talking about nuclear weapons in terms of basically as sexual objects and objects of potency and dominance, that's also the way that nuclear weapons are seen by sort of the hegemonic masculinities today that still persist, where weapons are tools of power and a symbol of strength, and this is what you want. This is what you want if you're going to defend your country. If you want to be a real man, you have to be willing to use nuclear weapons to wipe out whomever. And that sort of positioning is tied directly into these misguided notions of what it is to be a man, and it's put in contrast again with what it is to be a woman. And I think that one of the best things to come out of this is that we're not just banning nuclear weapons, we are smashing patriarchy as we go, because nuclear weapons are seen as these massive symbols of masculine strength, and we are showing that it's realistic, feasible, practical, and rational to get rid of them.